California passed Proposition 65, the Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act of 1986. Richard01282014prop65 is speaking to us today from the Speaking to Inform manual. His speech is entitled, California Prop 65, Who Benefits? California Prop 65, Who Benefits? Richard01282014prop65.
Evening, fellow Toastmasters. California Proposition 65. With the handout coming around, that stack of information, you don't have to follow me on this at all. 65, the Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act of 1986. I was not living in California at the time. It passed in '86. No contest. 63% of California voters voted yes. There was no organized opposition. Environmentalists were ecstatic. Yes on 65 was advertised by 39 big-time Hollywood entertainers. They toured the state. Every large and mid-sized city had a stop. Famous people, Michael Fox, Jane Fonda, Chevy Chase, Whoopi Goldberg, and others. One of their talking points was, they are killing our babies. No one said who they were. What did Prop 65 say it would do? Prop 65 requires the state government to publish a list of chemicals or compounds that are known to cause cancer or reproductive harm. This is the current copy. Pass around and take a look. It's not very handy. It also requires business to post warnings if any of these chemicals are on the premises or used in their product. And all government offices are exempt. The California state listing contains over 860 chemicals. It is updated several times a year. Each business must post a sign listing the actual chemicals listed that they use on site. There's no prohibition over using any of these chemicals on the premises. Prop 60 provides very little practical guidance. There's no toxic chemical names, no mention of their prevalence, the means of exposure, any safe handling requirements, guidance, or degree of risk. There's no action required of anybody except for the business to post the list. Now, California had, and still has, detailed laws controlling the safe use of storage, handling, and transferring of toxic materials. These are handled by special agencies and unrelated to anything about Prop 65. It's very difficult for a low-tech business, such as a restaurant, to figure out if any of their chemicals, cleaning compounds, insecticides include something on this list. List is not prohibited, it's just announcing. Laboratory names don't match the trade names. You need to hire an expert to try to figure this out. Now, Californians have been provided with this list for 25 years. There's no indication any consumer has ever used this information. There's no evidence that Prop 65 has lowered cancer rates among Californians compared to adjacent states. There's not a single study that demonstrates any public health benefit from Prop 65. Prop 65 has a special enforcement mechanism that allows concerned groups to bring lawsuits and collect a portion of civil penalties. Enforcement mechanism. What are you going to enforce? The only action of Prop 65 is the posting of a list of chemicals used. And civil penalties are allowed up to $2,500 per day for each violation. Part of the penalties goes to the parties bringing the lawsuits. These parties are also known as bounty hunters. They enter businesses and check their list for suspected violations. Who drafted and then funded the signature collection for Prop 65? The California Trial Lawyers Association,
Oh.
the group involved with your health. In the last 20 years, there have been over 16,000 legal actions against businesses over Prop 65. They earned the plaintiffs over $500 million. That's $500 million. The state receives 15% of the civil awards. Prop 65 has become a government regulation-driven money machine for special interests. Prop 65 is a fraud on the public. After 25 years in use, there's some discussion of mitigating Prop 65 for restaurants. Sacramento shows little interest in correcting these abuses. This speech project is supposed to show the research for informing. There was an article in the Wall Street Journal several weeks ago, which I just passed out a copy. That triggered my memory because I was aware of this before. There's some other publications which I subscribe to, well, mostly taxpayer related, that looks into these abuses. All the state Proposition 65 web pages say it's wonderful. Thank you.